In times of crisis, innovative ideas promising substantial societal benefits are always welcome. A simple truth that has led the European Investment Bank Institute to organize a friendly competition open to every European citizen or team. The first Social Innovation Tournament.
We have 3 programs in the Institute. The Knowledge Program, which covers relationship with universities, with economists and so on. We have the Art Program and we have the Social Program. So the Social Innovation Tournament is the flagship program, if you want, of the social program.
We thought, in this first year of the Institute, that by creating a competition of ideas, our Social Innovation Tournament, we could reach many different ideas, which we had in the first stage, received about 60 projects. And this way, today you have here the 16 best ideas, what we call the best innovation in Europe.
For this final round, every contestant had just 10 minutes to present his project before having to answer the questions of a selection panel composed of specialists from the academic and business world.
As a fund, I must say that, of course, many things are still early stage, but we come in at this early stage in order to support organizations in their early stage in their lifetime in order to grow to a certain size that we as institutional investors in the social space can eventually fund them in order to grow their social impact across Europe, and I think that is really needed.
The theme of the contest was the fight against social exclusion, and the projects presented were just as diverse as the cultures of origin of the 16 presenters. For the young Greek Stefania Zydia, for example, fighting social exclusion could ever be achieved by rethinking the fundamentals of democracy.
Coming from Athens, which is symbolically linked with democracy, and seeing that the democratic deficit in Europe is probably the main source of all numerable deficits, we think that it is our obligation to put this heritage back in the service of humanity and develop tools that will make ancient democracy and its true concepts come back to life using high-end technology.
But others had a much more down-to-earth approach of the problem, like Thomas Heidegger, who came to present Hand in Scan, a digital device that helps control efficacy of hand washing in the medical environment.
We really want to fight the epidemics and also the infections that are associated with the healthcare institutions. So if you go to a hospital, unfortunately you have a very high average chance, currently in Europe on average 7%, that you attract something, a bacteria that you did not bring with you into the hospital.
Education was also considered as a mean of integration with the project Mitt Liv, or My Life in Swedish.
I think it's a question of attitudes and mindset and changing awareness and fighting prejudices, turning fear into curiosity and therefore fighting prejudices, which is sadly quite prevalent in the Swedish society today.
However different they might have been, all the contestants were essentially motivated by the desire to obtain the seal of approval of the EIB Institute, a prestigious endorsement which could help them to fund their projects and be heard at the European level.
Well, I think it's a great initiative. Anything that brings to Europe right now the importance of entrepreneurship, the importance of addressing the big underlying issues that Europe is facing, and encourages people of all ages presenting innovative opportunities, innovative approaches to addressing those issues. It's outstanding, whether it's driven by public sector, by a European-wide sector, private initiatives, private funding. It's really what Europe needs right now.
At the end of the day, the selection panel had a difficult task to select the best among 16 projects, which all had strong qualities. All the people involved were conscious of the importance of the event.
I think that Europe has understand that it's very important to develop social entrepreneurship throughout the whole continent. The European Commission started with the Social Business Initiative. Now we have initiative also from the European Investment Bank through the European Investment Fund. So I think that's really positive signs and really important for us as actors at the national level to see that the European institutions are involved in the social change and that they believe that the social entrepreneurs can find the right solution for fighting against poverty and exclusion.
And 4 winners were finally chosen by the jury at the end of one long hour of deliberation.
So for line A, the first prize is Hand in Scan.
Members of the audience had also a prize to award, but were unable to decide between 2 Greek projects, Politia 2.0 and Symbiosis, which were declared ex aequo. Having already received a second prize, the members of Team Symbiosis felt definitely honored by the attention granted to their project.
We are really proud, and I think that undoubtedly this fact stands for the potential for Greece, and especially for young people. We can confront the crisis with new ideas, with innovation, and with hard work, of course.